Thank you very much for your introduction, Janine. It's really a pleasure to be with you today. It's a hard time now after lunch, but I will try to give you, let's say, an overview of the program, how it works, and what we have done so far, and how we can link, of course, with the Western Balkans countries. And please do not refrain from asking me question or clarification on what I'm saying on the partnership, or if you have any other doubts at the end of the presentation. It will be really a pleasure to say and provide you more detail if I didn't consider them during the presentation. So let's start. Well, I'm in fact, as I've been very kindly introduced, I am the project coordinator of the PRIMA partnership. PRIMA is a partnership for research and innovation in the Mediterranean area. It's an European partnership. It's focusing on sustainable food system, agriculture, and water management in the region. As I will say, there is a special regional focus for our partnership. In my role, I just to give you what I am doing in the partnership. My role is to manage and coordinate horizontally the program activities. I'm responsible namely also for the work program and liaison with the Commission and stakeholder engagement to maximize the impact of our partnership. But I'm also the project coordinator of an action that has been funded by Horizon Europe, which is very much connected with PRIMA, because it's called the Future for PRIMA project. It's a CSA laid the groundwork for the renewal of the partnership in the next framework program. And we had some ideas now very recently about how the budget would be, and some recent idea from the Commission on the framework program. So for the moment, next I will provide you then with an overview on how PRIMA works and what we have achieved in terms of projects funded, the scope of our project, the strategic research and innovation agenda that we are rolling out through the implementation of the program, and the opportunities of funding that are also open to the Western Balkans, and how we are positioning ourselves in the future. Allow me also a couple of information about this. These slides give, in fact, a quick snapshot of PRIMA regional focus. It's a map of the Mediterranean, but in particular, we are dealing with EU member states, in particular 12 member states, and 8 Mediterranean partner countries which are bordering the sea. And in particular, we are working with joining the partnership third countries, in particular Lebanon, Morocco, Jordan, Algeria, and Egypt, and also associated countries to Horizon Europe, third countries, in particular Tunisia, Turkey, and Israel. So overall, we have a partnership of 20 participating states, with the participation of Bulgaria, which is quite a novelty for us. This is the first in our annual program 2025. They joined the program very recently, and so we have a first experience already with the Western Balkan countries. This is about our partnership, where are countries that are contributing to the partnership, to the implementation of the program, put it together forces for joint cooperation, R&I cooperation in the region. And as I will say, we are speaking about a public-public partnership with public entities from those participating states that I was referring to. and with the participation of the Commission in what is called is an institutional partnership, which is called, in fact, as responding to the Treaty of Functioning of the European Union, called Article 185. So it's a public-public partnership with the participation of the Commission, considering the scale and the scope of our endeavor. So PRIMA fosters research and innovation in cooperation in the region with a very strong emphasis on science diplomacy. And this is one of our characteristic features of the program, enhancing collaboration and cooperation in the region, strengthening mutual understanding and trust. I would say that this is the most important achievement we have done so far. And I will explain you how much time when the partnership was established. And in the meantime, I think it is considered as the most relevant science diplomacy platform in the region, considering cooperation between countries where there are actually some important conflicts. In terms of collaborating together, in terms of mutual understanding, in terms of joining forces through research and innovation. So I would like to give you a bit also the perspective where we come from and how the partnership was established. It's a long process, starting in fact in 1995 with the launch of the European Mediterranean Partnership, the EMP, which is also called the Barcelona process, seeking the needs for research and innovation cooperation in the Mediterranean region. From that moment on, there were several, let's say, aspects which, in fact, were important for the establishment and of research and innovation cooperation in the region. In particular, speaking about PRIMA, after a process where different countries came together to underline the need of having a partnership for research and innovation in the region. In 2017, PRIMA was officially launched under, let's say, with the ministerial declaration in Malta, and it became operational in 2018. It has now an implementation structure based in Barcelona, so in Spain, where in fact we have a dedicated structure with the secretariat operating in implementation of the calls and the implementation of all the activities related to the partnership that I will refer you after. Looking ahead in the process, it is very important, another important milestone that I have to refer to in order to make you easier the understanding of the partnership. We started in 2018 until 2024 under Horizon 2020 rules. And then from that moment, after an interim evaluation by the Commission decided to extend PRIMA also because the country is very strongly pushed for it, to extend PRIMA under Horizon Europe for other 3 years. So now PRIMA is working under Horizon Europe. It's fully a new partnership like under Horizon Europe, and we are operating for 3 other calls from 25 to 27. In the meantime, already we have started to think and to work for setting the groundwork for the future of the partnership. And therefore, this CSA I was referring to, that I am coordinating, the Future for PRIMA project, is setting the ground for the extension of the partnership, not only on potential thematic aspects and reframing the partnership in a way that it will be evolved, considering lesson learned and what we have understood for the future of the project. But in also from the geographic standpoint, that means that for PRIMA, we are looking also to other countries, apart the ones that I was referring to. So EU member states, we are also including Bulgaria for the moment. From the southern country, I already presented you the participating state. We are looking also other countries like Iraq, Syria, but it might be a little bit difficult depending on the geopolitical situation. And for the moment, we are also looking to the Western Balkans, where we are in fact engaging through the Future for PRIMA activities with bilaterally with other Western Balkan countries, so as to seek their interest to take part of this big family, because in fact, and you will see the community of PRIMA, we are speaking about participating states, but now with the research community and all the innovators and private entities, we are talking about 20,000 of stakeholders around in the Mediterranean region. So our activities now for the future, as you might understand, are very much linked with the process of the Council presidency, and that is the reason of the arrow you see on the top. And we are preparing in this moment also the proposal for the renewed partnership for the future, and we will see this, what will happen. And very importantly, I would like to say that from 1995, 30 years have passed from the AMP, for the launch of the Barcelona process, and now after 30 years, there is this endeavor by DG MENA of establishing the new Pact of the Mediterranean, which is in preparation and will be delivered by the end of the year, for which the PRIMA will contribute in the next year for sure. So after a little bit of history, and having you said that starting 2018 until 2031, I would like to set the legal framework and some basic information for administrative information for the partnership. That is, so PRIMA, as I refer, institutionalized partnership under Article 185 of the function of the European Union, under decision 2024, amending the previous decision where PRIMA was working under Horizon 2020 rules. The time frame is for 10 years, so it's quite extended, and we are working now for the future. And the funding, we are speaking overall of almost 700 million euro, half from the EU and half, a little bit even more, from participating states. I would like to highlight there that the contribution from their country are cash contribution. So where both, the EU with this financial contribution to PRIMA, but also the participating state are putting, let's say, fresh money inside for the calls and for granting their beneficiary. So a little slide to refer why PRIMA and the challenge that was so broad, and considering the scale and the scope of the partnership, it was important to define, let's say, which justify also the use of this instrument, let's say an Article 185 of the Treaty of the Function of the European Union. and the reason why, the justification for having a partnership with the EU contribution. As you know, the Mediterranean is a climate hotspot where the condition in terms of climate change, where it's warming 20% faster than the global average, with a temperature rise of 1.4 since the pre-industrial time. So it's very, the temperature there are rising very fast. We share the same challenge also, I suppose, in the Western Balkans. So in terms of challenge, we have in the Mediterranean region is characterized by very severe water scarcity, where climate projection also for the future indicate a severe reduction in precipitation between 20 to 30% by 2050, which is a lot. And on the meantime, intensifying water stress in the region, while we have events like floods and those kind of events that are also hitting very hard in this moment the region, with which are specifically a stress for our countries. In the meantime, the agriculture stress, where agriculture faces significant threats, with potential crop yield declining by up to 50% in terms, which is jeopardizing, in fact, the food security, and where we have those effects in particular in our southern country. I would say the situation is particularly severe also in the EU, for instance, in Spain, but you can imagine what is happening also in countries like in Jordan and in Algeria, where they can be considered, let's say, the place where those effects, impacts that will perhaps go and impact also the Northern European countries are hitting very hard, as well as ecosystem degradation. And those critical challenges underline, in fact, why PRIMA integrated and collaborative approach, putting together forces and resources through research and innovation, is essential for developing a sustainable solution and resilience in the Mediterranean. Because what we can do, we cannot solve all the problem in the Mediterranean directly, but we can work on research and innovation to define those solutions that can increase the resilience in our region. So next slide. And here we go to then the why, and we go to the definition of the general objective of the partnership, which is to build research and innovation capacities and develop knowledge and innovative solutions for water management, sustainable agriculture, and food system in the Mediterranean region, to enhance resilience, sustainability, and socioeconomic growth. And here are the keywords that we are using so often that are specific for PRIMA: the development of those innovative solutions, and to increase the capacity in the region. And for this, we will show with our result in terms of project, in terms of capacity, we have reached so far interesting achievement and impact in the region. In terms of vision, this general goal, our idea is on the long run to have an inclusive, healthy, and prosperous Mediterranean society through those innovative solutions in agri-food and water system, and contributing to the resilience and sustainability of natural resources in the region. So I have already referred to the basic thematic focus of our program, in particular referring to our strategic research and innovation agenda. We are working on specific, let's say, quite vertically thematic area, in particular sustainable water management, sustainable farming system, and agro-food value chain. Under three separate thematic areas in order to develop the sustainable water management solution, enhance the resilience of water resources to the climate change, drought, and extreme events, I was saying before, to improve the water availability, quality, because then also pollution aspect, efficiency in terms also of accessibility to water, and equitable access to agriculture and food system. The same for sustainable farming system, to develop resilient, productive, sustainable agriculture system and practice, to foster a climate-smart agriculture, to improve the productivity, resource efficiency, and biodiversity. And finally, an agri-food value chain to improve the efficiency, safety, and quality of Mediterranean agri-food chains, to foster innovation and the technology uptake, to increase the competitiveness and market access, and to, let's say, transform the food system in the region, in particular to reduce food loss, waste, with also circular approach and circular approach. Then we have also some cross-cutting activities, which are in fact referring to activities related to capacity building, to strengthening scientific, technological, and managerial capacity within researchers in the region to work together. Also, we had specific activities related to the proposal writing, so as to increase coordination activities from southern countries, which were a little bit lacking behind. So, and from there, after a few years of implementation, we have very good results in terms of coordination, where the contribution of southern participating states and also in terms of coordination have really increased. Then other cross-cutting goals are on source sustainability, which for which PRIMA has focused so much with the specific topics, also working with the human mission soil in terms of defining together topics, and including in the topic called activities from our project that should be done also in collaboration with the projects funded by the mission soil. And for sure, this is digitalization, which is also a cross-cutting aspect that PRIMA considered in its call while implementing the call in the, under the three thematic area. So these cross-cutting activities are done as, let's say, implementing activities under the three thematic area, and are implemented directly by the project, but there are also activities related to capacity building that are supported by PRIMA. But most importantly, I would like to underline which for PRIMA, what for PRIMA has been so far extremely strategic in terms of shifting from a silos approach under the three thematic area to a nexus in an integrated approach among the different sectors. And now, little by little, from 2019, we have started to mainstream this approach for each call. And now from 2024, and now we are in a call that has been launched in April, we are also including topics that are specifically not nexus oriented. So for us, it's very important to consider the welfare nexus approach, considering that in the Mediterranean region there is a scarcity of resources, and we have defined that it is not possible to implement and to make activities on site with a silos approach, because activities on one sector could in fact affect the other sector. And that is the reason why for us, and also for the future, we are also broadening this nexus approach. That at the beginning was water, energy, food system. Now we are speaking about a resource nexus, including also waste as a resource. Specifically, and also strategic activities for PRIMA. It has been also done through a specific topic that have been funded by PRIMA for the establishment of the welfare community of practice, because we thought that community of practice could help to operationalize the welfare on the ground, to consider what is actually missing at the policy level, which is the alignment between the different sectors at ministerial level, and that therefore a welfare community of practice would be needed in order to show the benefits of the welfare nexus approach with a specific demonstration on the ground of these benefits from the economic, social, and environmental point of view. So for us, this community of practice is indeed a very strategic aspect that we are supporting in our program. And also to refer to that now, we are also contributing very much to a regional strategy on the nexus, also with the UNEP map, the Union for the Mediterranean, and the EC, in particular DG NEAR, but we are also collaborating very much with the Joint Research Center on this aspect. To having a role in the implementation and an action plan as an instrument to implement the welfare nexus, and in the future the resource nexus in the Mediterranean region, in order to operationalize its adoption and facilitate in particular the alignment at the policy level, which is the most lacking element in order to operationalize the nexus.
Just sorry to interrupt. We just have already 3:30. Just that you're aware that that we stop in like 10-15 minutes latest. That we have enough time.
Yes, I will speed up.
A little bit, so we have get the most important, how to get involved. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So now, in terms of alignment, PRIMA is indeed very much aligned with the EU strategies, and now with the new ones we are working for, supporting also the new strategy, and in particular water resilience and the Ocean Pact and the vision of agriculture and food. And we are also, let's say, aligned and contributing to the Sustainable Development Goal. We have also developed an instrument, a tool that we are developing with Future for PRIMA. We'll be more happy to share this tool with you. We are now piloting it in our project to measure, let's say, with this tool, the achievement of the SDGs. So in terms of common challenge, I think that we, and now I'm going too fast, I already said in terms of challenge that we are sharing. Now what we do specifically, we are funding call for proposal. We had already 7 call for proposal under H2020 from 2018 to 2024. And now we are still 3 calls left from 25 and 27. We have already launched 2025 calls in April. Those calls are a single submission stage, this one, the 25 specifically, because we were a little bit late in the publication and adoption of the work program, but so for this one already the deadline have passed. But for the 26 and the 27, just for you to know, these calls will be open next year. We are defining now the calendar. We are now defining the topics, and you can expect those call to be open at the beginning of next year, 26 and 27, for the two remnant years for the PRIMA implementation. Then another opportunity we have is to, since we are valorizing outstanding solution through prizes, we had for a few years the Weapon Nexus Award, and now we are opening the Women Greening Food System Award. This for this award, the deadline has been extended. I know now it's a little bit late, but it's just 10 pages of proposals, so I think it's feasible in case you have interesting solution to be submitted there for the award. It's the submission time is July and of this month, of course. And then we are planning for a Youth Innovation Solution Award, which will be launched next year. This I am anticipating. Also, in terms of solution, those solutions that have been developed and we'll see are quite a lot. We are speaking about 269 projects implementing for the project, let's say, and specifically 90 projects have been ended so far, with the solution that we are now upscaling through the Horizon Result Buster, but also with the Future for PRIMA activities that they're bringing up some solution. Sorry, this where it is, some solution to be at scale through this project to go to the market. So widely, we have 269 projects that are divided among the different thematic area with a consistent budget, and 2,500 beneficiary with a very broad community, with 30% of the budget going to Mediterranean partner country according to the liberal framework and what have been decided in our PRIMA decision. Here I have to jump because we have some example of projects funded by PRIMA that have already been completed. This one are both on aquaponics. These other have been also exhibited at the Green Transition exhibition that have held in Brussels, and it was a specific important one to show, let's say, a circular valorization of agri-food byproducts from grape stems, orange peels, and olive cake for feeding animals. And it's a solution that have been through let's say a prototype that have been showcased during the exhibition. So in terms of contribution and the regional synergy that should be provided, I think that for the Western Balkans, we see there good opportunities of cooperation, considering shared objectives in terms of green and digital objective. And also related to science diplomacy and cooperation, considering our experience as platform for trust and collaboration, and the good result in terms of trust and cohesion between the different countries, which are culturally different, but where we establish a platform of cooperation, which is really functioning quite well. For the future, then we are now shaping the future for the program. I was saying, through this project, we are defining now a joint program for the renewed partnership, considering the new vision for the partnership. To now, I've already anticipated that we have moving through sector-specific research to an integrated resource nexus-driven approach completely, including also waste, so resource nexus. And then we are focusing very much there on the adoption of solution, because we have so many solutions that have been, let's say, presented and adopted in now something is going wrong in the presentation, but I show it like that. So I was saying, yeah, that we are developing several solutions in from our program that are now left with considering for the future without sustainability. So we are now trying to scale up those solutions with further investment and way to go to the market. This is something that we will seriously consider in the evolution of the program, as well as policy labs, so as to facilitate the take-up of the solution and recommendation from the project that have been developed so far. Just to say, in terms of activities and joint and program, we will publish through an online stakeholder consultation in the next months the joint program for the renewed partnership. And so consider our social and website, where we will put this information and where you can have your say. And this is particularly important since, as I was saying, we are trying to extend the partnership to other countries interested, since we share a similar challenge, to join the program and contribute at the moment where we are defining, in fact, the joint program. So how to participate in PRIMA? As I was saying, we are defining each year annual work program. We are now in the preparation of the 26th, and we will have a next call at the beginning of the year. So check out our website and information on the social. In terms of participation, Western Balkans countries are indeed can participate and can be funded by PRIMA, and in particular in the structure called Section 1, so funded by the EU. But of course, you have to demonstrate the activities are deemed essential for the action. So considering this possibility, you can in fact be funded by our program. And I think there are interesting calls also for next year where you might be interested to participate. While for the future for PRIMA activities, now just to tell what we are doing in the next months. So we will have this online consultation online. You might check in our website, Future for PRIMA, and it will go until 15 September to receive your insight and ideas on the frame of our program, which I cannot, and I didn't have the time, of course, to present, but just to give you some points. And also importantly, we invite you to participate in the first widening workshop in Sofia, that is specifically focusing, let's say, the participation of Western Balkan countries. This is already planned in 6-7 of October in Sofia. So in case, this is also a good opportunity to be presentially there and to ask questions and to meet, let's say, with people, so as to have more information on how to participate to PRIMA, and how your ministries, your countries can engage in the future in the PRIMA program. And by the way, it is possible already to join the PRIMA program already in this stage still for the next 2 years. while of course we are establishing now, we are defining the renewed partnership where it would be even easier to be there while we are establishing it and defining the strategic research and innovation agenda. Okay. So
Thank
I have
you. Yeah, thank you very much, Antonella.
the end, because I said, okay.
Yeah, I copied already the link for the partnership because there were some questions in the chat. So I copied the link and your email for getting in touch. And yeah, are there any questions for Antonella? We still have about 15 minutes to raise questions about the PRIMA. You can either write it in the chat or raise your hand, or I saw there are also some funding agencies participating. Maybe there are some questions. I can maybe start. I saw that you presented the funding structure and you had these different sections. So there was a section 1, section 2, and section 3. Are there for the Western Balkans all funding schemes or funding structures of interest, or is there maybe one which is more attractive because you can maybe also commit with smaller staff and budget commitments?
Okay. Speaking about the structure of our funding scheme, we have the section 1 where the funds are from the EU. So the management of the calls are done directly by PRIMA as implementation structure. For the section 2, the funding is different, directly from the funding agency and ministries, and the beneficiaries are directly funded, while for the section 3 are completely funded, and the management of the calls are completely and independently done by the participating states. And they are in the frame of the PRIMA program because the objective of those activities, bilateral, national, and multilateral activities and program, are under the umbrella of the PRIMA program, in the sense they are aligned with the objective of PRIMA. So if to respond to your question, I think that for the section 2, you might also participate, but the funding agency and ministry should, let's say, fund the activity or the beneficiary. So it is feasible, but with own funding, coming from the ministry or coming from the beneficiary themselves. While for the section 1, since I was saying the funds are directly from PRIMA, so coming from the EU funds, those are, of course, those funds, according to the eligibility and rules of participation, they can participate. But for the moment, in this legal framework we are now, we tend to support, of course, more our participating states, this for protecting their interests. So it is possible to fund countries that are not participating state with EU funds. It is possible, but demonstrating that the activities they're implementing are in fact essential. So there is this essentiality condition. It's quite complex, but just to sum up, for section 3, they're independently done by the countries, but I would not suggest this. For the section 2, it is possible to participate with own funding, with letters from the ministers and whatever. For the section 1, it is possible, but the action, the activities should be done and should be deemed essential for the action. If the country of the participants are not participating state, if they are participating states, it's completely different. I have been clear enough or not?
I'm not sure if there's a direct follow-up question on this. If not, there's also a question in the chat, which is kind of building up on this. It's a question, who's eligible to apply, like from the condition, like NGOs, enterprise, academia, government authorities. is this then
all,
fixed?
all legal entities that are can participate in PRIMA call. We don't have restriction. So private entities, NGOs, they can participate in PRIMA calls.
I'm not sure. Are there any hands up which I cannot see, Fyodor? If not,
no, there was
no.
just a
If
question.
not, I found also the online consultation. How does this work? So if we find this on the website, and then what is this? Maybe you can go a little bit more, because I found that interesting, but I also did not exactly understand how this answer what do I expect? How do I
Yes,
do this online consultation?
yes, we are preparing the joint program and some question that in order to collect the views on this joint program. And with a youth survey, we are going to launch a youth service, and where all countries, all participants, all stakeholders can in fact interact. It's an online consultation to have your opinion, your say, on specifically on the joint program. You will find some question to respond to the survey, and so we will collect different ideas and consolidate the joint program accordingly.
Okay, so this is maybe then also something from Policy Answer we can advertise through the Western Balkan Hub or through the platform, and to participants from the webinar once this consultation is ready. So this is, I think, something we can help to advertise and to circulate, so you can get feedback from the Western Balkans.
Yeah, it will be important also because we are launching it now in August, and it will be open until mid-September.
There was also a question how to register for the workshop in Sofia. Is this already open, the registration? Is there also a specific website for it?
Okay, for that, there have been invitation directly by the organizer that are from Sofia and also from Malta and Turkey, which are our partners there. But if so, we don't have a specific link. It's on invitation. But if you are interested, you can send me an email and I can forward, so we can in fact redirect you and have an invitation for the workshop. With this, because we have to define things before, let's say, having the workshop, the people, let's say, participating to it.
Okay, good. So yeah, the email is in the chat. So yeah, if someone is some funding agency or ministry or someone is here that wants to participate, then please write an email to Antonella for the workshop. Are there any other questions? I'm just going through the chat, but I think we've okay. If not, I would just thank everyone for joining the webinar today. I think it's very impressive what the PRIMA partnership built up there, and yeah, like you mentioned, I think it takes a lot of trust, and I can imagine the work behind. And yeah, we would be very happy continue supporting that this is also reaching extended to other Mediterranean countries. And yeah, so we're gonna upload the slides and also the video recording to the Policy Answers platform. And we would do a summer break actually for the Policy Answer webinars, and we would continue in most likely end of September, October with new webinars. The Policy Answer project is still running until the beginning of 2026. So we hope that we can advertise soon new follow-up webinars. So thank you very much, Antonella, for your presentation. And yeah, we really hope that you get feedback. And I really also invite everyone to give feedback when we circulate the survey that PRIMA is doing, because it's then also, I know this from our partnerships, it's going maybe in the call scoping, and you can really maybe also influence how topics are designed, that it fits into national goals and national research and innovation guidelines of the Western Balkans. So thank you very much, and I wish everyone a nice afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.